What's up, guys? Theo here, doing a quick prediction for Ludovit Klein versus AJ Cunningham. So right now, Ludovit Klein is a minus 925 favorite, and the comeback on AJ Cunningham is plus 490. And guys, I like Ludovit Klein here. This is a pretty tall task for someone like AJ Cunningham to be able to take on. Ludovit Klein is a guy who already has several fights in the UFC. He is quite a technical striker. And AJ Cunningham just did not look very good in his fight on the Contender Series against Stephen Gwen. He kind of looked like a regional fighter. He didn't really look like he had a full, well-rounded mixed martial arts game. He didn't really look like he quite had the cardio and durability to hang in there with a guy like Stephen Gwen, who proved to be UFC level. So, I mean, like I said, he doesn't have many paths to victory here against Ludovit Klein other than just managing to chin him and knock him out completely. But Klein's got fairly good lateral movement, fairly good in and out movement. He is a good striker, and he's defeated Ignacio Bahamondes amongst other talented UFC strikers. A guy like AJ Cunningham, I mean, he is a striker. You know, he might have some wins by submission on the regional scene. I don't really know off the top of my head. I can't remember. But I did look at his regional competition, and I did watch a lot of his regional highlights and whatnot. And I just wasn't very impressed with what I saw. The guy is crushing cans. He looks really good against these dudes that are 0-0. You know, very bad records. He looks good against those guys. But he's knocking them out really quickly. He's mostly like hitting them with power shots and whatnot. When we've seen him get into long, drawn-out fights, he doesn't do that well. He kind of has not very good defense on the feet. He gets tagged up a lot, and he has this kind of attitude about him of like a finisher. Like, I don't think this guy, just off the top of my head, my read on him is I don't think he's like a very technical guy. I feel like he's probably more of just like one of these Gaethje type fighters that wants to rush in and destroy people. And, you know, he talks a lot about how his dad injected him with steroids or whatever when he was a kid and tried to, like, make him into the Ultimate Fighter or whatever. Come up with whatever narrative you need, dude. I mean, like, if you can't put the skills together in the octagon, it doesn't matter if your dad trained you from birth to be an MMA fighter and injected you with steroids. It's not going to help you. And this guy just hasn't shown any kind of, like, fundamentals that would make you want to pick him over even a low-level UFC fighter. Ludovit Klein, I don't think he's like the best fighter on the roster, and I picked against him in the Bahamondes fight. That upset surprised me. I saw that fight in person. He looked good, man. He managed to just basically outclass Bahamondes everywhere, was one step ahead on the feet. So I wouldn't take a dog shot here on AJ Cunningham because I just don't think the guy is UFC level based on what we've seen so far. I think he has some marketability, and I think that's why the UFC is kind of pushing him and giving him another shot. I mean, he could come in and land a bomb, I guess, and knock Ludovit Klein out. That's going to be his path to victory, though. I mean, if this goes to decision, there's no way Ludovit Klein is going to lose this, and that's why this line is so high. Minus 925, that is ridiculously high for someone that is the level of Ludovit Klein. No fighter at the UFC at that level should ever be that big of a favorite, unless you were like Umar Nurmagomedov or Bo Nickel or something like that. But no low-level UFC fighter should be minus 925 like this. That being said, this is a short-notice fight against an opponent he doesn't have many paths to victory to win against. So I understand why the line is the way it is. There's just a lot of huge favorites on this card. But give me Ludovit Klein. I think that he's better pretty much everywhere. He showed decent takedown ability, good striking, good movement in the Bahamondes fight. I just like him. He's a more well-rounded fighter. He deserves to be in the UFC, and we can't really say that about AJ Cunningham. If he can go in there and knock out Ludovit Klein, good, congratulations, all the better to him, but I wouldn't bet him even at this price. So give me Ludovit Klein all day, guys. Keep it locked in. More picks coming later this week.